Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be completing the last of the reviews of the retail store coffee bags that I've gotten for Christmas. This is the last one here, Caffe Motta. It's their lounge bar Classico roast. It's most likely going to be a darker roast like the other two were. And just to remind everyone, these are the other ones I've had. BKG Coffee Street and El Sol Coffee Co. BKG was definitely the better of those two, and this one I have the least hopes for. Not to shoot down the company or anything, but I'm just going to be assuming that this is going to be another super dark roasted coffee to give you that typical Italian traditional espresso profile. But before I get too into that, I did have a couple updates. I have made an upgrade to my Barazza Sette 30. I bought this single dose hopper from Cafe Macy, and it comes with this bellows, which I just keep on as the lid to the hopper, and I actually really enjoy using it. It does get a lot more of the espresso grind or the coffee grind that gets stuck into the grinder. And so this is it here. Really simple design. This hopper could hold, I would assume, probably up to like 2 or 3 18 to 20 gram servings at a time. I only use it for 1 serving at a time, or 1 cup of espresso at a time pretty much. And then the bellows is like a silicone material, and this is metal. So it's really good. I like it. I recommend it to anyone. It's pretty cheap, and I think it fits any of these Barazza models. The Sette 30, I think there's also the 270 as well, and it fits really well. It doesn't seem too cheap or anything. I think it was on Amazon for maybe 45 bucks for both of these. So totally recommend it if anyone's looking for a little bit of a change into their coffee game, if they have a Barazza. And the other thing, and this is a kind of a first for me, but I had a recommendation by a viewer a bunch of episodes ago, telling me that if I'm ever in the Lancaster area in PA, to stop by Passenger Coffee Roasters. And I did. I was there this past Sunday, and it was really cool. I picked up this bag here. It's their Ethiopian coffee roast from the Agaro region. They have a really nice spot. I recommend anyone who is visiting Lancaster or is in the area to totally go. They have 2 different locations. One's their roastery, the other one's kind of like their coffee and tea like bar class. It's like / showroom. Really nice, cool vibe. And I actually filmed a little bit, so I'll insert a clip here to show you guys what the showroom looked like. But yeah, so that's it for my updates. So for today, I'm going to be just doing a regular espresso pull with this guy, and then I'm also going to be doing an AeroPress as well to do a little bit of a comparison and see how these beans taste in both of those brewing methods. So let's get cranking. All right, so I'm gonna have the kettle pop on now, and we're gonna prep the beans for the AeroPress first, just to get that going, because that will be sitting for about 8 minutes when the coffee is steeping in the water. All right. So let's crack this open and see what we're dealing with. It's interesting because it has Italian on it. I'm sure that could be more of a marketing gimmick, but I don't know. Yeah, it does say it's from Italy, so from Motta SAS via Roberto Wenner, Salerno, Italia. And it seems like they are using a Brazilian Arabica coffee. Oh, so let's see. The Lounge Bar Classico blend was born from the combination of selected Brazilian Arabica coffees with Robusta coffee of Asian origin. All right, so they have a little bit of a blend. I read in my book that these are called Robusticas, I think. And actually, I think it originated from, I want to say Rwanda, where that was their main, I think it was Rwanda, one of the, I think, Eastern African countries, where it actually originated from there. It's called the Presidential Blend. But it's not the most easy to maintain as opposed to an Arabica tree. So it has kind of like fell off the grind a little bit. But these are the beans here. You can see dark roasted due to the oil coating on the bean. I mean, it's not the most even roast either, but it's retail store coffee. What do you expect, right? All right, one more bean. Oh no, I measured for the espresso. So what I'll do is I'll get this preloaded in the hopper. 19.5. And now we're going to measure for the AeroPress. We want 11 grams for the AeroPress. And we'll take this guy. Boom. The one thing that sucks about this bag is it's already destroyed. It's not resealable. It's not the best design for storage at home or storing at home. Oh, I messed that up for sure. All right, we're gonna grind the espresso first, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna again use a high flow. A high pressured basket, because this most likely will be an older roast. So let me get this grinded out, and we're gonna go to 6. I keep forgetting. We only need 18 grams for the Breville high pressure basket. All right, let me just leave this off to the side, and let's get this in here. All right, where's this AeroPress at? I put it over here. Water is pretty much boiled, so we're in a good spot. I think I have 2 filters. No, I'm in my own head. All right, that's in. Let's get these grinded up. We're gonna go on 10. All right, got our little coffee mug here. So this will be an 11 gram cup. coffee grind with 200 grams of water. And I don't usually pour lefty, so I won't be able to get a good cover on my pour. Let's see. 60, 70, 80, 90, boom. Off by 0.5. Alright, we're gonna leave that off to the side for now. We're gonna let it steep for 4 minutes. We have this guy prepped. So, let's get the WDT tool and tamper out. We'll take care of this. But yeah, that coffee shop was really cool, and it was my first official time ever trying a pour over. I've had made a professionally made pour over. I've had a pour over a few years ago, back in, where was I? Columbus. I think, no, not Columbus, Cincinnati. When I was working out there, and the Airbnb I rented came with a Chemex and had like one of those reusable metal filters, and they had some coffee with them. They had some coffee at the house. I figured, why not? Like, let's give it a try. And I'm sure I did it completely wrong, but it came out pretty good. I mean, when you have a really good coffee, it's very enjoyable. It's not your typical dark or bitter tasting coffee that we normally see here in the States at a retail level. It was pretty good. I mean, I don't remember the exact taste, but I remember saying to myself, like, I could see myself eventually enjoying this, but I don't want to shy away from sticking with espresso on a daily basis. So when I was at Passenger, they had this reserve lot that they received. It's this Costa Rican geisha, and the pour over that they gave me was phenomenal. It was so good. I was very impressed with it. The bag of coffee itself would have been like a $44 bag for, I think, what did they do, 10 ounce? For an 8 ounce bag, for 8.8 ounce bag. The one I showed you, the Ethiopian, that one was about 22, I believe, but very, very solid. I did enjoy it. It's a cool little like hangout spot. You could work there. Not many tables or seating. I did see that they had an upstairs. I don't know if the upstairs is another seating area because it was blocked off. But totally recommend it. And Lancaster is a pretty cool little spot too. All right, so this is prepped. Dark, you see dark grinds. Let's run some water. I don't even remember taking this out, but we'll use this cup for today. Haven't used this in a while anyway. Let's get this hot. All right. Yeah, so, with these guys, I guess because I've gotten into the craft coffee, where is it? I'm gonna keep it right here. Because I've been so deep into the rabbit hole of the craft coffee industry, I just don't enjoy as much as I used to, like these typical dark roasted store-bought beans.
Okay, resetting for 4 minutes.
Like, I don't enjoy the grocery store bought coffee as much anymore. Like, I used to love getting like the pre-ground illy or Caffe Motta, like not Caffe Motta, pre-ground illy, Caffe Bustelo, and having that at home to make espresso all the time in my little mocha pot. That was my favorite thing, and then I upgraded to craft coffee, like locally roasted coffee, and it was a game changer for me. I've always enjoyed high quality tea, and I wasn't surprised when I naturally converted over into the craft coffee world, because there's nothing like it. It's really really cool. Okay, so we have 4 minutes left on the AeroPress. We will be waiting another. I just stirred it, and we're gonna be pulling the shot right now. So I'm gonna get you guys a little closer, and we're going to be holding pre-infusion right now. Okay, letting go. Let's see. Okay, not too bad. I maybe. Oh no, this is good. It's good. Let's see. At 10 seconds, we're at 15 grams. I like that ratio right there. Let's see. 20 seconds, we're at 24 and a half. So it's a little fine. Not terrible. But that coffee is actually, at the time of this grind, compared to when I grinded up the El Sol coffee. Ooh, all right, we're good right there. It is probably a little bit more fresh than El Sol Cafe's El Sol Coffee Co. All right, little espresso art right there. Oh, I can't even show you the side profile, but this is it here. Nice crema. And that timer should be going off soon, so you're gonna see me cut out in a little bit. But yep, this literally smells. It's like, this smells like an Italian coffee. So these beans, at least on an aroma standpoint, on a scent standpoint, this smells more traditional, or a better roasted. All right, so I cut out really quick. The AeroPress is ready to plunge, so let's plunge this bad boy. What do we think? What do we think? If that's, I'm not too familiar with what the flow rate should be like, or how the pressure should be using an AeroPress. So hopefully that's right. But we'll let that sit for now. So this espresso, it's dark. I mean, you saw it in the beans. The beans were getting close to looking burnt. But it actually it is a much more traditional style, and I guess because this is an Italian imported coffee, roasted coffee, I'm not surprised that it has this profile. It's ashy. Yeah, like a tobacco ash. Like, it literally reminds me of like smoking a cigar. I'm trying to think what other. I'm actually gonna look at my book. This book here, How to Taste Coffee. Here's the flavor wheel. What I'm tasting, I'm pretty sure, is this roasted section, if it could focus. And I'm getting more of that burnt, smoky taste down towards like ashy, smoky. I don't know if tobacco is the right one to use, because it, I mean, I guess I don't know, maybe lightly. But in terms of traditional coffee, if anyone's looking for traditional coffee, like Cafe Motta's fine. You know, if you don't want to get a pre-ground and you have a grinder at home, this is pretty standard. In terms of what these beans could have offered you naturally, based on um, like roasting in a lighter medium to medium roast, like those natural flavor complexities that this bean once had, it's gone. You know, like that's what you have to expect out of darker roasted coffees. But I mean, for store bought, I don't know the price. I'm gonna assume it was probably like, what does it say? Compare at $11. So this thing was probably $8. $8. We got 17.6 ounces. If that's what you like, go for it. I'm not gonna be buying coffees that are from retail stores like that, like a TJ Maxx, like a Home Goods. It's just not my style at all. And out of the three that I had, out of these three, this has the best flavor, but that is the most traditional espresso, like a European style espresso. Out of the three, this one was pretty bland. I did not enjoy this. I mean, not to beat up on any of these companies, because they obviously have their own um, business plan, and they're gearing their product towards a specific portion of the market, which is probably the grander scheme of the grander size of the coffee market. It's just not my style. Like I wouldn't go out myself and buy these. Actually, let me see. Oof, this is hot. Let me see if I can get at least a sip, because I've never had an a, an espresso roasted coffee before. Like this almost seems to me like I used a mocha pot and brewed like 8 cups in one and then just dumped it in here. It's at least what it smells like. Yeah, it's like super bland. Like there's nothing there. Just dark. And I mean, again, like someone who gets this just to make drip coffee because it's an espresso roasted bean. You hear espresso, you think high caffeine. Like that's not gonna have a lot of caffeine. Like in retrospect, it's 11 grams of a highly roasted coffee. During the roast, a lot of the caffeine gets burnt up. Burnt. It dies off. So it's a weakened caffeinated coffee compared to a lighter roast. So yeah, it's just not worth it. It's really not worth the enjoyment. I think it's better to spend an extra $10 on that $8, $18 to go towards a 10-ounce, 12-ounce locally roasted bean, where you're almost guaranteed a much more enjoyable experience in terms of flavor, quality, and most of the time when you're buying local, you're supporting a lot of the farms that are growing these coffees for us, because a lot of the local coffee shops are buying from importers or them are going straight to the supplier, and there's usually more of a fair trade mission there, where they're making sure that these farm owners are taking care of their farmers. With beans like here, you're not guaranteed that, because they have to buy coffee in the masses, and you're buying from farms that are producing for a high output company, and you're not guaranteed that fair trade commitment in a sense to the workers. So spend a little more, and that dollar goes goes a longer way. So that's it for these retail coffee reviews. Whoops. I actually started roasting again. I got back onto the Nicaraguan bean. I'm roasting in the 430s, aiming anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. Mainly because I have not roasted those beans dark yet. For me, that's dark. I've tried 2 of them so far, and one I do enjoy more than the other. They're both 433 degree drop temps. One was 11 and a half minutes, the other one was 12 minutes. But my 12-minute one came out really good for a dark roast. So I'm going to be sending the other 3 out to my friends in Virginia. I'm going to be roasting more today after my haircut. And I'm going to have you guys tag along with me with one of the roasts. And we're going to go follow that roast from green bean to an espresso pull. So I'm not going to say it's a series, but I'll have have you guys tag along with me, and we can experience that bean together. So that's going to be it. That ends this little series here. Hopefully you guys got some information out of it all. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you guys get your coffee? Do you guys have any questions regarding the 3 that I had here? Either way, always happy to have you guys along with me, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.